Last week Barry greeted us in the form of a butterfly, and now his neighbor cat greets us in form of another cat. Great. So, I told you last week I've been to Wales, and I will for the first time ever link that video here, or here, magic, and also in the description. I now sound like other people, great. And after realizing that I could do anything, I did. I went to the Shell House. And it is made by so creative people who made it full with shells. But on the inside, on the outside, it's like an oyster, and in the inside there's the pearl. Only the inside is the shells itself. Well, it was beautiful anyway. And I didn't want to leave anymore. Mind is saying, "What are you doing? Shouldn't you do a lot of things when you can do a lot of things?" The answer is no. Thank God I do not have a car. Because therefore, Barry, with whom I stayed, let me meet the lovely Mina and let me join on their weekly walks in the beautiful surroundings, which they got to go by car. Mina happens to be from the Netherlands, just like me. So her actual name is Mieke. Yay, very Dutch. But Mina in Wales. And we have spoken a bit Dutch together, but mainly English. And it was so nice. And my favorite word of the whole trip, and maybe of whole literature, is having a wee. The first time that Barry told me, yeah, there you go, wee, wee. Well, the first time Barry told us during a walk, like, I'm going to have a wee, and he went, I was to Mina like, what does he mean? Is he going to pee? Yes, that does that mean. Okay, great. And after that, it was my favorite phrase to say, and I would always say it like this, I'm going to have a wee! Because it felt like being in a roller coaster and you're like, wee! The nice thing, I think, about these walks together was that anything and everything was allowed. We could all relax. We did lay down sometimes. If we felt like just sitting, we did. And I also felt like doing my own things, and they were okay with that and just were like, well, we see you in 5 hours, enjoy. And it's so nice to meet people and to be able to just be yourself and everything is okay. So thank you, Barry and Mina, thank you. After I realized I could do anything, I already told you last week that I felt that a shift happened in that moment, that I felt, I can let go of old patterns. But well, when letting go, some things can happen too. It's not always fun. One day, I just felt like crying, and we were going to have a walk together, Mina, Barry and I kind of was like, I actually want to cry now, how do I handle this? I just told them I want to go and see this dolmen that is apparently close by. So I went there, I let them do their walk, and I went there, I had a lovely dance, and then I didn't really cry there, but I felt the old sadness very present. And after that, I walked away and I did cry. And Barry and Mina let me. And I stand next to the ocean, letting myself cry, letting the ocean flood in and out. And and knowing that Barry and Mina were close by and were okay with me crying. It was nice in a weird way. Let the cries out, let them out. And dolmens are all about that, about rituals of becoming the new you. Yeah. thanks to the dolmen. Now, going to the dolmen was the whole evolution in me, but the evidence of that was for me going to the witch's cauldron. That name already, it's so nice. So it's a big rock, massive rock, and it is, well, curved out kinda by nature in the form of a cauldron, and down in it there's the water of the sea, which through nice caves under this rock mountain comes in and out when it's ebb and flood, high tide and low tide. There we go. I just literally translated from Dutch. That usually works, but not always. I went there the very first day and almost the last day of my trip, and that's why it really shows my own journey in Wales to me. So the first day, I didn't know what this cauldron was. I just went there. It was low tide. It was very sunny. I could easily get in. I had a lovely time. It was incredible. And then this almost last day, I had already tried to go there once, didn't work out. Then I did go there. It was my last chance, the last day I could go. And it was very high tide, and you could not get into the cauldron because the tide was so high that the caves were all flooded and all watery. So you couldn't. At first I wasn't too happy about that. I was like, oh no, my last chance. But then I thought, I'll just enjoy myself here. So I spent all the day at pretty much the entrance of the witch's cauldron, which is by the sea on these rocks, and there are also sort of little caves there, and they are so beautiful. And when suddenly at some point the water went out again, then under these small caves the water goes up and down, so there comes air in between the water and the cave, and then the water goes up again and the air is like, oh, so it wants to get out and it splashes the water out, and it was magical, and it was sudden, and it was so cool. And that could only happen because I just sat there without expectations and just, yeah, sat there all day, and then that suddenly happened. 1 hour left before Mina and Barry would pick me up again. And then the tide became low enough, and I and other people sitting there could actually get in. Oh, the feeling is undescribable. I felt all the time like, pinch me, I'm in a dream. I can actually do anything and experience such beauty of nature and be here and not just watching this through a vlog, but be there. Oh. There were beautiful jellyfish in there, and I was a bit scared of them. As a child, when we went on a holiday in the Netherlands itself to the coast, and I would be swimming all in peace and then see a jellyfish like 10 meters away, I would practically be screaming and running out of the ocean again, or all the time looking around me again if I could see that jellyfish anywhere close, because, well, no one really told me what happened when a jellyfish comes close to you and it stings. I was like, oh, that's the end of the world, so I don't not let that happen. So now I saw many jellyfish in there. And I was like, I'm not sure if I can get in. But then I heard a mother tell to her child, like, oh, those jellyfish stings are just like nettles. That's all. I know not all jellyfish are the same, but these jellyfish, and those are the most common, that's just like nettles. So I was like, oh, all my fear as a childhood, poof. It didn't fully go away, but I was like, I can handle this now, let's go. So I was like, okay, let's jump into this water full of jellyfish. I did, and it was only half an hour later I realized that I had probably jumped on a jellyfish that was very close by to me there. Because only half an hour later I realized, oh, my 2 fingers feel pretty numb-ish. And after half an hour they began to tinkle a bit because the numbness was leaving again. And I was like, oh, that was the jellyfish thing, but I didn't sense it because I plummeted into the water, which was enough excitement to begin with. So that was it. That was my fear going away too. Yay! I am scared. But I can jump in here, right? It's nothing to be scared of. Oh, that's cold. Definitely alive now. I am not peeing in the water now. What's the word? Sophisticated, nice looking, amazing looking way. I'm really I am doing this, not someone else. I'm not looking at a movie. I'm actually doing this. those beautiful lands of Pembrokeshire with the coast and the mountains and everything in between there is connected by the river, the Typhy, which is so beautiful. And at St. Dogmell's, where I stayed one night, there you can really see the river go into the ocean. So I went there more often, and one day I had actually planned a boat trip to, well, go from the river into the sea to see the otters. Only that idea was for me out of a fairy tale, so it was nice, but it was a rough ride. And that was funny. I mean, that was exciting in itself. But whoa, while I say it, I'm like, I almost forgot. Truly, there were also dolphins. Like a bit far away, but we could see them play. And the funny thing was that the young ones would come close enough, like, I don't know, 20 meters away still, but they would be playing a bit, like showing themselves a little bit, but the adults didn't. And I did get that because, I mean, those boat rides come by 3 times a day, every day. So it's not so new to them anymore, only to the children. And at some points, the guide said, we have to make some noise because that will excite them and then they will come. And I was like, yeah, of course, just like us people want to see them and that's exciting for us. They want to see something exciting too. So if we start to sing, for example, I thought, oh, that would be so nice. So I actually started to sing, but no one joined. Yeah, neither did the dolphins or the otters. But that's okay, I tried.
Lessons and he's on fully grown.
I came to have a wonderful friendship, I dare say, with Barry and Mina. And both of them let me meet other people. So with Barry, I joined, oh, I have to say the right thing now, Tai Chi? Qigong. I think it was Qigong. Qigong lessons, which I afterwards did a lot of times again. I haven't done it in a while. I have to remember it. Like, oh yeah, greeting the moon and then back to you and greeting it again. Yeah, things like that. I'll remember. I do remember. Nice. And with Mina, I joined wonderful meditation group on which I met the person who later I met again at a choir. So yeah, it was lovely to be soaked into the community like that, and thank you Barry and Mina for that, and thank you all those people I met there for your kindness and openness for me. And yeah, I really felt at home through all these nice connections. Yeah.
Here.
great.
We're strong in the arm, but thick in the head.
I've got one friend particularly who has to have the right colour blanket to go with
I can totally relate. I was surprised at how different Pembrokeshire can look over already 20 kilometers from each other. You have totally different things. You have the coast with the rocks, you have countryside with beautiful trees and forests as well, and then also the big mountains. So different. And in all of that, pretty much, the river, the Teifi, is as well also pretty different. Like in those countrysides is this cute small river with trees floating in it, and it barely moves, and you also have fish swimming in there. And then it becomes bigger and bigger, and it goes through this cute town city cardigan, and there you actually see these big pipes coming from factories getting things into the water which they don't use anymore. And you're like, oh, okay. Then the river goes on to actually merge into the ocean. So that's so beautiful. But yeah, unfortunately those factories, yeah, they pollute it. So one day they had actually organized a walk for the Teifi to earn money to, well, hopefully stop the factories getting the pollution into the water. And I love that this community came together to do that, that there's this community there that really cares for the nature there and the beauty which is there. And they did this, and they happened to do this on the only day that I had planned something with which was the boat ride. Yeah, so I couldn't join them during the walk, but after my boat ride I immediately walked by the coastline to do the last part of this walk, and to finally then meet them on the beach, where there was a lovely artist who made a big mandala in the sand, and with all these people celebrating the river. And I came there on the beach, and yeah, Crow, I didn't see anything. Neither a mandala nor celebrating people. But then I walked off the beach and I couldn't miss them anymore. I mean, I missed the mandala. It was swallowed by the ocean. But these people celebrating there, oh, it was so nice with the music again. Again, that beautiful, wonderful music to dance on. Oh, I love that sort of music. And I loved all those people dancing on it. Oh, that's really something I love and don't come too often. And there was blissful food that they gave. Oh, thank you, people, for your love. Love for nature, love for people, love for the river. So, if you, watching this, would like to give something to this beautiful river, beautiful countryside of Wales, the river, the Teifi, then I will put a link in the description to give a free donation to save and help this river and all who live in and around it. did you like to be kissed by fish?
Would you like some of it?
Yeah, that looks nice.
It's a bit much, Jim. We can't get anything else.
Oh no! Oh, bye. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Just a bit of that. Yeah. Getting all very well known in all the songs. Dog running like crazy. Very last day there, Barry invited me to go climb this mountain in the Brasilia Hills. And when you look at it from underneath, you're like, well, it's a nice mountain. It's not too steep. It's okay to climb. This will be easy. Then you walk it and you're like, this is steep enough for me. The more up we came, the more goats and the more rocks. And at some point at the very top, you would just walk in between these giant rocks and crawl over them and through them and things like that. And not only rocks, but wind. Up there was the wind. I felt alive. I felt grateful for this whole trip. For this nice connection with Barry and Mina and everyone there. And I felt at home. I feel so grateful for this trip, so grateful for the people there, and it feels like a bit of home to me. I would love to go there again, and by editing this now, I feel like I've gone back there now these last few weeks. So thank you for that happened by me editing this finally after 1.5 years. So great. Yes. Thank you for watching, and yeah, everything is possible, right? Enjoy the process and enjoy life, and go treat yourself and going to the most beautiful spots close by or a bit further away. Bye. Yoo-hoo! Like this spot. Ooh.